So what is up, guys? This is the Ninja Movies back again with an all new video, and today we're going to be reviewing Psycho 3. And to start this video off, I'm just going to say cheers to this fucking movie, because this is exactly what the fuck I've been talking about, what I've been looking forward to. Now this is a sequel, people, and it depends on what you want out of a franchise like this, because I know Psycho 1 really was more of a movie that developed, it's about the characters. The second one was, a bit convoluted, but also just really delving into the character of Norman Bates, what makes him tick. But we're up to the third film now, we've had a bit of backstory, and now we finally just get to see Norman be fucking insane. This movie's directed by the man himself, Anthony Perkins, so who's gonna know the character better than the man that made him famous? Honestly, this is definitely the most interesting looking film. I'm not going to say it's better directed than Alfred Hitchcock, that's probably a sin to say, but this is a crazy looking movie. It was his directorial debut and he smashed it. Honestly, it was so good. The kills are much more impressive in this film. There is a kill, and I'm just going to say for the whole series, they've had so many deaths of somebody falling down the stairs. It must be a mad hard shot back in the day, because it's hard to make it not look corny, and in this film it does look corny again. But the phone booth kill, very impressive. The character of Duke Dennis is a standout, one of, other than Norman, the best character in the franchise in my opinion. It's actually just nice seeing Norman work with someone, and this movie was a 10 out of 10 for me. This is everything I wanted. It's very much, after watching the show as well, Bates Motel, it really, watching these sequels, I can see where they're getting a lot of the material from now. Because, if you just go off the first film, Bates Motel, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. When you get into number 4, which, we'll be reviewing in a couple days, a lot more incestual vibes come into it. And this is just Norman peaking at his craziest. There's some disgusting scenes in this as well. I'm jumping all over the place in the review, but the very end scene of him caressing the dead mother's hand, sickening as fuck. I thought, see, I'm so lost for words. I'm so excited about this sequel. This sequel was everything I wanted. So pretty much a reporter comes to town and really starts trying to poke holes in the story of Norman Bates. Has he changed? People are still going missing, like the woman at the end of the second film. And, she's just she thinks it's Norman, she wants to find out, she's snooping around. But then all the while there's also a sort of love plot with Norman and this nun who gets sort of, I guess, excluded from the church at the start of the film. This does have some religious tendencies in it, and she actually sees Norman at one stage, which I thought was a really cool scene, where he goes to kill her in the shower scene because he reminds of Marion Crane. Goes to kill her in the exact same shower scene, but she's already beaten him to it and cut her wrist in the bathtub. And so he's standing there in his mother's wig with the knife, but because she's losing a lot of blood, she's hallucinating and sees him as the Virgin Mary with the knife being a cross in his hand. I thought that was very creative, very different. I did hear going into this sequel that because Anthony Perkins is doing both directing and acting, that he overacts in this film. I think he does such a good performance in this film, but I will admit, I don't think he overacts for anything that matters. I think it's the small one-off lines where he'll come, the reporter will be walking up to the house and he'll have 2 lines or 2 words or whatever, and it'll be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he'll just scream it for no reason. "Hey, what are you doing?" That's when he overacts. It is odd, but it's nothing that deters the film. It kind of just makes me laugh anytime he does it, because I'm like, what? Why did you say it like that? It is odd. Yeah, the kills have been upped in this. This is a straight up slasher movie, so if you've been wanting that from this series, this has the most kills by far, the most interesting ways of people dying as well, and this is just Norman full on getting to be the serial killer that you want him to be. This is Norman right now, you know enough about his complexities and everything. This is just a straight up fun slasher movie, and I think it's probably my favorite in the series thus far. We still have 4 to go. I'll talk about it in there. But from 1 to 3, honestly, I think I would see myself going back to this one the most. That's for me. That could be Sin. A lot of people, you know, the original Psycho, I'm not saying it's not a classic, but just depending on what you want, and what I want is this kind of movie. And before I forget, the one standout scene that I wanted to mention in this, because I knew I'd forget about it, the scene where the girl goes missing and the cops have to look around Norman's house. You know, he's got the new mother upstairs that gets moved by Duke Dennis. He gets the all clear, no dramas. There's a scene where the coppers are standing by Norman's ice machine at the, you know, down at the motel, lifts it up. Norman notices that that's clearly when he blacked out, where he put the body. You see a dead woman's hand in there. And the copper just starts rummaging through the ice, starts picking at it, eating it. This copper, talking to a group of people about, nah, Norman's in the clear, no drama, picks up a handful of bloody ice, this dead woman's blood, starts sucking on it, no dramas, and then just puts it back, closes it down. He's like, alright, we'll be on our way. I thought that scene was hilarious as fuck. Honestly, it's not often that a horror movie, or a horror sequel especially, would put a smile like this on my face, but once again, like I said, cheers to this movie. Highly recommend, 10 out of 10. This is the Psycho 3, and that is my review on it. Thank you.